Everyone, my name is Jacob Pender, and my speech is over the downfall of Major League Baseball. Its purpose is to show my audience and point out the things MLB is doing to the sport that is causing it to lose viewership and fans. My main points are the MLB is changing rules that the majority of their fans disagree on, and the MLB is bringing politics into the sport, which is making their fans unhappy. Have you ever watched a TV show and one of your favorite characters died, or left the show and didn't come back to film another season? Or you had a favorite player get traded to another team? It probably made you unhappy because we don't like change, and that's one thing MLB is doing. They are changing the sport a lot. The Major League Baseball, or better known as the MLB, has made some changes to the rules these past couple years that I believe will make some fans unhappy and stop watching the games. According to the Denver Post, in 1978, the average viewership of the World Series was 44.2 million people, and in 2020, the average was 9.8 million viewers. Last year's World Series was its worst viewership ever. Keep in mind, the World Series is the Super Bowl for the NFL or the World Cup for the MLS. The first rule they're adding is they're putting a runner on second base at the end of the ninth inning and extra innings. So if games are tied at the end of the ninth and the beginning of each inning it takes to end the game, the last out of the previous inning is automatically put on second base. This rule started at the beginning of the 2020 season, the COVID season, and its goal was to help speed up the game so players were not standing around the field too long. True fans of this sport who love to watch it and understand it do not like the changes to the rules and also to this rule, and also doesn't want it to end quicker and that it should be, because they want to see the game played out how it should be, not sped up. I agree that some games that go into the 15, 16, 17 innings that go until 1 a.m. in the morning should be sped up. So maybe they should add this rule when it gets later into the game like that, but not in the 10th inning, because it is normal for the sport to go into the 10th inning and shouldn't be ruined. The second rule is when there is a doubleheader being played, both games are only 7 innings. Sometimes in the season, games get postponed because of weather, and the only way to make up these games is to add it to a day where the same teams are playing. This is called a doubleheader because they are playing 2 games back-to-back. Also started at the beginning of the 2020 season, MLB added this rule because they wanted to speed up the game so players were spending as little time of chances of them getting COVID would be less likely. I don't understand this rule because COVID does not randomly appear in the 8th and 9th innings. The game should have been played with normal innings, and for them to keep this rule is going to make fans angry. The third rule and last rule is adding a DH to the NL. A DH, which stands for designated hitter, is a player on a team who hits for the pitcher and does not have a spot on defense. In the American League, every team has a DH and the pitcher never hits. But in the National League, no teams have a DH and the pitchers are allowed to hit. In the 2020 season, they applied this rule to the NL. Their reasoning was to limit the chances for the pitcher to get injured. There was not a reason because of COVID, so I don't understand why they chose to do it last year. The season going on right now, the normal rule is being applied, but they are saying in the 2020 season they are going to add a DH to the NL, which I believe will make some fans unhappy because they love seeing their pitchers love seeing their pitchers hit also. Second, another reason I believe the MLB is hurting themselves is they are bringing politics into their sport. Fans want to watch sporting events to relax, spend time with family, and just have no worries and have a good time. If someone wants to get politics, they turn the channel to any news station, not ESPN, SportsCenter, or Fox Sports. So a new voting bill that was signed into law in Georgia prompted a lot of people to get angry and call into the MLB to move the All-Star out of the game in Atlanta in 2021. Without little discussion and no hesitation, the commissioner of the MLB removed the All-Star game from Atlanta because of being pressured from Democrats such as President Joe Biden and organizations like BLM. According to RT.com, 34.5% of fans are watching fewer sports due to political and social messaging by leagues and players. I believe the commissioner, Rob Manfred, believes that Georgia is so racist, then he should give up his tickets to the Masters, which takes place in Augusta, Georgia. The main reason people get pretty upset with this move is that no one was asking for it and it came out of nowhere. In conclusion, some changes is good, but changing major aspects of something can hurt it by causing viewership to go down and losing support. Because MLB has chosen to change major parts of baseball and bring politics into it, they have caused the sport to lose fans and what could be potentially new fans. MLB should focus on adding things to their sport to attract new fans and make things more interesting. Do you want to turn on a sporting event and only hear about politics? No, neither do I. Thank you.